And good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Money. It's December the 1st. It's Thursday. The first window on your advent calendar is open. Morning, Paul. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. We're cracking through the week, aren't we? And you've been up at Mines and Money again. And I think actually what really caught your eye was a speech from Mark Bristow, the CEO of Barrick. What was he? What got him? Why were you so excited by what he was saying? Obviously, a very important man, but tell us more about what he was saying.
Well, he did make the statement, particularly addressing the fact that of the exploration expenditures that had been made over recent decades just weren't finding nice big new deposits for the most part, and he was urging the audience to actually take more risk as far as jurisdictions were concerned and get out into the developing and emerging market countries in order to make discoveries. And I was just saying, yes, we would agree with that because VSA has helped a lot of companies out in these market countries for quite some time now. But he would say that too because he built Randgold around his African exploration accomplishments with Randgold over their time of development. So he has experience to show that it can and does work to a really successful outcome if companies will take the risk, but many companies just won't.
Well, actually, I think the companies will take the risk, Paul. The problem is the investors don't want to, and it's trying to find investors who will take exploration risk that is the problem. There really is a complete lack of it at the moment. There's been a lack of investment into exploration and mining for 15 years, which is why we're about to go into a commodity super boom. I mean, we hear people like Robert Friedland saying, guys, you've got to understand there just isn't enough copper to support the EV world. We know there isn't enough lithium to support the EV world. I'm having a debate with some people at the moment. We've obviously had a company going around London talking about it. Is there enough silver to support just the photovoltaic world where things are changing? There are so many big question marks about there just not being enough supply of commodities that we've got to get somehow investment into exploration. We've also got to mine in a more ESG way. That's another theme that has been running around at the moment. I'm not sure if you saw that at Mines and Money, but the concept of underground mining rather than these big open pits, and mining being powered by renewable energy, not great diesel generators and diesel trucks. There is so much work to be done here, and somehow we have to find the money. Actually, I think the solution may lie in the United States. I think there's a lot of money out there that would love to go into this sort of stuff, but it obviously doesn't have many mining companies on its own market, which is very unusual. So they have to invest on the TSX, ASX, or London. So I'm thinking about going to the United States at the start of January to go and see if I can find some money. There you go. What else did you see up at Mines and Money? Name me a couple of companies that really caught your eye.
Well, one of them, I had a press release out today too, and I'm going to go visit with them in more detail tomorrow. Tesoro Gold, the ASX listed gold explorer in Chile, they have confirmed with drilling a new discovery on their El Zorro property in Chile. It's about 5 kilometers north of the existing Ternera deposit that has a compliant resource on it. It's called Calderillas, and it's just a couple of scout holes that have confirmed that they have gold there. But of importance to me from an exploration standpoint or investor standpoint is it is 5 kilometers north of the existing resource. It's the same style of mineralization, but it is in sedimentary rocks and not in tonalite or intrusion rocks like the Ternera deposit is. So it's a new potential host for mineralization of gold, and this is oxide gold. It would be leachable, or it should be easily leachable. And the other piece of news that came out in the same press release is more extension to the Ternera deposit itself to the south, so that they've got gold intercepts now at least 260 meters outside the south end of the Ternera deposit resource model. So definitely continuing to grow that story there at Tesoro.
I assume you're visiting them in London, not in Chile.
Yes, that's right.
But if anybody, by the way, I've never been to South America or Mexico, if you count that as South America. Everybody wants to invite me out to see their project. I'd be delighted to go. Then I'll sing its praises clearly forever. I'm dying to get the invite. I never seem to get one. You and Ollie get all the good trips. Okay, anything else? Another one you spotted that you really like, or?
Well, yes, I had a nice little visit again with the people at Skeena Resources, TSX listed explorer in the BC Golden Triangle area, SK Creek deposit. They've more recent drilling has managed to increase a new zone of mineralization they've discovered off to the east and parallel to the existing mine deposit for feasibility studies is concerned. So there may be yet a duplication of the existing several million ounces of resource. So that's really exciting there. Also had a nice little visit for the first time in detail anyway with London quoted firm First Class Metals. And First Class, their latest news is they have adjoining ground to Palladium One's Tyco property in Canada for nickel and PGMs, and it looks like the Tyco property mineralization might be extending onto their ground. So they're kind of keen to get some drilling money into getting some testing up into that area. And they do have a 20% carried interest in a joint venture in that portion of the property. So real keen to see what the results will come back there.
Well, there you go. For anybody who's got some risk appetite, there are some of Paul's top tips from Mines and Money. Maybe we'll just finish up. There's a little bit of news coming out of Horizonte Minerals, quite a popular one here in London on the AIM market. Why don't you just mention that one, Paul?
We've got Horizonte Minerals with a statement out as well that they have a port contract now signed for the Araguaia nickel laterite project, and that will allow them to move the material or raw materials into the Araguaia mine and move product out and ship it for export. And they don't have to put any additional investment of their own into port facilities, which is usually the case in other countries. So that's good news there.
Okay, and finally, I have had some feedback, actually. A lot of people at our Aquis Showcase and Britain's Got Aquis event listened to this podcast, and they were commenting on it. One of the feedback they said, Paul, was they'd love us to talk a little bit more about, general commodities and how we see them. So I think in the our advent calendar, so to speak, it won't be quite every day, but it's going to be opening the window to certain commodities and just having a quick chat about them. So tomorrow, Paul, we're going to have a little chat about silver. And where we think it's going. So just go and do some prep work on that, can you? I'm going to chuck you a few nasty questions probably. And anybody listening tomorrow is going to be a silver podcast.
Okay, very good. We'll do it.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.